I mean, just look at this image. How is it the first time I'm seeing this? Hello, Axie Faction. Welcome back. We've returned to our Lunassian office, and today we're going to talk about evolutions. A couple weeks back, I saw this image floating around of a plant with 2 cacti on its head, and I saw a lot of people speculate if this was a leak for evolutions, which surprised me because I've seen that image before on some of the cards that we play with in-game all the time. So it got me thinking, how many other potential evolution leaks have we seen and just never paid attention to? Well, there are actually a lot, so we're going to go through each one of these cards and figure out where that body part falls on the mystery list of body parts moving forward into Battles V3. Now, real quick before we get into it, in the middle of making this video is when the economic rebalancing came out, and I felt really strongly about scrapping this video altogether and doing one on that instead. I understand that the implications of this update are massive. Everybody is going to have to rethink their priorities in Axie Infinity. Now, I know some of you are eager to hear my thoughts on this update, but I really think it's going to take some time to understand the full gravity of what this is introducing. So I'm definitely going to take my time researching this one, but I want to let you know that the community is strong. The Twitter space was exploding the day of the announcement. Open forums were hosted for everyone to join, both community members and community leaders. Everybody spoke their mind openly. We saw a melding of minds of people that we don't usually see interacting with each other, and even Jihos stopped by. It was really just a beautiful moment. And in the wake of these thousands of people all voicing their minds and sharing opinions and voicing concerns, all I saw was a community that was so strong and focused on what their future would be. And being able to be a part of that, it just washed away any bit of doubt from my mind and made me extremely excited for the future we're all going to build together. So if you're not on Twitter, I recommend getting an account now and getting involved because it really is the hub of communication in terms of Axie Infinity right now. All right, now without further ado, let's get into it. First off, I want to look at these Aqua cards. Now, the first thing that stands out to me is the horn. Now, if you look, it's not just on this card, it's also on this card as well. But quite honestly, these horn parts don't look like Aqua parts. They look like plant parts. In fact, they look like a bamboo spear. And if I had to bet, I would say that that bamboo spear evolves from the bamboo shoot. So I'm going to label this one a plant card and put it in its rightful spot. But that's not the only anomaly I found with these fish. The other one I noticed was the ears and the tail. My best bet here is that the ears evolve from Nemo. So I'm going to lock that one in as my final answer. Actually, upon further inspection, it is very possible that these ears could be the evolution of the reptile ear small frill. So I'm going to cover both my options here. And the tail, I believe, evolves from koi. It looks very similar to koi, except for the fact that on the end of the tail, it shows 3 little fins, not 2. All right, next up, I want to look at these 3 beast cards. Now, each one is actually pretty similar, and I'll point out what I notice here. First off, we have the tail. Now, you can actually see it a little bit better on this card right here. There we have this long, curled up chameleon tail. And considering our options, it seems to me that this is a dead ringer for an evolution of iguana. So we're going to lock that one in, and the next one I want to show you is on the back. Now, it looks very similar to Jaguar, except it has 3 little tufts of hair, not 1, so I'm pretty sure that this is an evolution of Jaguar. You see, there is the regular Jaguar, and there is the evolved version. But that is not all. Let's also take a look at the horns. Now, these horns do look vaguely familiar, but if I look through a list of body parts, I can't find anything here that even vaguely resembles it, except for possibly pliers, which sort of makes sense because it definitely has a bug-like aesthetic to it. So I'm going to lock that one in too. Next up, we have this bug card, Grub Explode. Now, what I want to do is focus on the horns, because these horns are very unique. I haven't seen them before. They're growing little green thorns coming out from the sides. Now, this one is really tough to speculate on. My best guess is that we might be looking at an evolution for caterpillars or lagging. And if I had to choose, I would say lagging, so I'm going to throw it in there. Next up, we have the obvious one, Double Cactus. That one's easy. We can go ahead and throw it right in there. But there's another one on this card that you may not have noticed, and that is the tail. Now, at first glance, you might think this is Nutcracker, but if we get a better look at it, then you'll actually notice the shape is more congruent to hare instead of Nutcracker. So I'm calling this one as a hare evolution. Alright, now finally we have these 4 reptile cards. Now the first one I want you to focus on is the shell on the back, and it's actually on every single one of these cards. It's a spiky shell with a strong resemblance to Indian star. So that one's easy, we're gonna lock it right in. The next one I want you to look at is the horn on these 2 cards. Now it looks very similar to beach, but it is strangely more angular than beach. And at first I thought there was no way that this could be an evolution until I looked at the next image. This horn is very clearly a sharpened pencil, and I bet you anything it was sharpened from beach. And finally, the last anomaly here are the ears. And if you look, these ears are consistent among all these cards as well. And while this one is also very tough to speculate on, my best guess is puppy. And that's because sometimes dog owners will clip their puppy's ears in order to help them stand straight up. So that's it. Video over, right? Well, not quite. There's actually a lot more. I know I had seen more evolution cards than that, but I wasn't sure where to find them until I went to the pre-Substack days. And there I found the motherlode. I mean, just look at this image. How is it the first time I'm seeing this? I mean, honestly, this is one of the biggest leaks I've ever seen, and nobody is talking about it. There is so much information we can glean from this. So I'm gonna do my best to maintain composure as we go through these axes and figure out what we can add to our list. And straight away we can look at the back here and see the multiple arrows poking out of his back. Very similar to Risky Beast with just more arrows. So we're gonna lock that one in. Next up we have this abomination of a bird. Now the 2 things that stand out to me are the horns and the tail. Now I think we can all agree that the tail bears strong resemblance to yam. But it's the horns that are truly puzzling me. And while the horns are adorable on this bird, I think the origin is from a bug's antenna. That's my best guess, so I'm gonna lock that one in. Then we have this epic looking plant here, and again the 2 standouts are the tail and the horn. And honestly, I think this one is pretty easy. The tail looks like an evolution of thorny caterpillar, while the horn is a dead ringer for teal shell, so I'm gonna lock both those in. Then we have this terrifying looking reptile, and I wanna start off here with the tail. Now it could either be the evolution of the bird part cloud or the beast part cottontail. And looking at it, it looks almost like cotton candy, not quite a cloud, so I'm gonna lock that one in as a beast part evolution. Next we can look at the back with that epic spiked shell. Now due to the color, I believe this one is an evolution of red ear. Next up is the mouth, and very clearly, this is the evolution of Zigzag. I would bet my life on it. But if you notice, the eyes are very unique as well. I haven't seen anything else like it. In fact, I can't even guess what this could be an evolution of. If you have an idea, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, we can look at this deranged looking Aqua. Now, immediately we can look at the back and see that that is an evolution of Shiitake. There's not really anything else this could be. Next, if we look at the horn, now I don't think this is an Aqua part. In fact, if we look at it, it's actually stabbing a fish. And what damages fish better than reptiles? I think it's pretty clear that this one is an evolution of Scaly Spear, and I'm going to lock that in. Now, this bug shows us a lot too, and I want to focus on the back because I think this is hilarious. He has a package on his back. The only thing this could be an evolution of is blackmail, I bet you anything. But he has a very interesting horn as well, and I'm torn here. I can't decide if this is another Scaly Spear or a Feather Spear evolution. But I'm going to go with Scaly Spear just because I think that part makes more sense on a reptile. And if you look at the ears, we have a very clear evolution for leaf bug as well. Next up is this bug. Now, we've already talked about the horns, but what's really interesting is the tail. Now, there aren't a lot of options for this part. It's very clearly a reptile part, and I think our best guess is going to be Tiny Dino. And last but not least, for our little bug friend here, it looks like we also have an evolution for Kotaro. Personally, I just love little teeth poking up. Next up, we have my favorite, the beast. Now, the 2 big standouts here are the ears and the horns. Now, I think there's a strong argument to be said for the ears being an evolution of lamb. There's a lot of similarities there. And as for the horns, I think we can narrow down our options to just beast cards due to the fur around the beginning of the horn. And if we're looking at just beast parts, my best guess is that this is an evolution of dual blade. And I'm locking it in. Now, that is all the Axies from this leak here, but there are a few more I found that I want to show you. First off, we have this guy here. Now, he's one of the Axie OG mascots, and the standout parts here are the tail and the back. Now, as for the back, the fish makes me think this is an Aqua part, and my best guess is that this is an evolution of Blue Moon. And as for the tail, I think we may have found the other evolution for hair. I'm locking it in, baby. You may have seen this one before, but here we actually have a bird with a donut. And this might be a bit far-fetched, but I think we're looking at an evolution of eggshell. Which reminds me, we also have this leak that's been circulating recently, and this shows us a lot too. First off, we can see the fried egg, which I'm certain is an evolution of eggshell, but we can also see on the left what looks like a double kestrel. And looking at the tails, it looks like we also have an evolution for swallow and post-flight. And as for these ears here, I'm going to let you figure that one out. Let me know in the comments below. And the last part of the night are the horns on this reptile. Now, they may look intimidating, but I think those snakes have humble beginnings, and I think they evolve from Cerastus. Cerastus literally means a horned venomous snake, so to me it just makes sense. Now, you may be thinking, well, what about Kotaro? What about the Jiho's Axie? And don't worry, I've done my research there, but that goes way beyond evolutions, and I'm going to have to dedicate an entire video to that topic. And besides, for now, we have a giveaway to get into. Now, I just want to say congratulations in advance to whoever wins. I've got all the comments loaded up here, and we're going to select the winner now. All right, let's pick our first winner. Now, let's see, who will it be? Who will it be? And Vladimir, all right, congratulations. But we still have 6 more, all right? We're gonna go again. This is winner number 2. Let's see who we get. Who is it? And Dance Fit, all right, Dance Fit, let's go. All right, we're 2 down, 5 to go. All right, we're gonna do one more here. And let's see who is the winner this time. Who gets the Axie? And it is... I am not going to be able to pronounce this name, but congratulations. All right, let's go again. Let's go again. We have a few more, and let's see who our winner is this time. Astral. Congratulations, Astral. Now we have just 3 more to go. All right, let's get into it. One more. Who will it be? Who will take the Axie? Martin Liu. Congratulations, Martin. And then there were 2. All right, just 2 more. Let's pick another winner. And let's see, who will it be this time? Johnny Marr. Johnny Marr. Congratulations, Johnny. All right, and for the last giveaway, let's see who the winner is. Let's see who it will be. And I've got my fingers crossed for you. We got... And Juno, congratulations. All right. Now, if you were one of those 7 winners, send an email to axiefactiongiveaway@gmail.com. From there, we'll go through some identity verification and then get you your prize. And if you're not one of the winners, don't even try sending me an email. We have 2-step verification, and you're going to end up making yourself look like a fool. All right, and with that, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.